Well, this time around, Marc Marquez does make the perfect start for pole position. Side by side, shoulder to shoulder, there goes Bagnaia in the braking zone. Who's going to tough it out? Marquez is going to run it hot, surely. Bagnaia's going to cut to a tight line. How did Marquez break for that first corner and keep Bagnaia at bay? Through the smoke haze we go. Bagnaia attacks into turn two. Just listen to the roar of the Mugello masses here in Italy. Bagnaia leads briefly.
You just knew Bagnaia was going to attack. Marc Marquez looking to come straight back through, but Bagnaia has the early lead you hope for. Alex Marquez third. Morbidelli a good starter. He's ahead of Quartararo for fourth.
Yeah, we said Morbidelli always turns up on a Sunday. He has delivered already so far here in Mugello. He was 7th in the sprint yesterday. We dropped down through Casanova and Savelli for the third time. This was where Bagnaia was really suffering yesterday. Front washing out underneath him through these fast sequence of corners here in Mugello. But he leads now through Arabiata 2 on lap 1.
Vignales down one place. He's in 6th ahead of Pedro Acosta, who's jumped Fabio Di Gianantonio off the line. Bezzecchi's also made ground. He's up into the top 9.
Once again, picking your way through the smoke haze of the flares that have been triggered around this Mugello circuit. Bagnaia is going to get an almighty reception from the main grandstand. Here, Marquez. Marc dropped down through turn 12. Corentai, that's where the Catisti are gathered here this weekend. Fair play to Marc and Pecco this morning. They made a special surprise visit to the Cati grandstand. But it is Bagnaia that looks like he's in the lead at the end of lap 1.
Remember, he was in the lead at this stage of the sprint yesterday, and he was gobbled up by the Marquez brothers on the run down to San Donato. Bagnaia will be hoping he's not going to meet a similar fate here.
Just listen to the roar of the crowd in the grandstands. They're going to be on their feet. Yellow flags right in sector 4. Someone's gone down at the final corner maybe. Yeah, there, Bastianini, I think. Bastianini's name went tumbling down to the bottom of the pile. Yes, he has indeed crashed that turn 15, the very same corner last year. Marc has hit the front in the slipstream. That's where Bastianini turn 15 last year on the last lap took second place dramatically from Jorge Martin.
Marquez with that slipstream was able to go down the outside but still get stopped and pull in front of Pecco Bagnaia. So Marc Marquez does regain the lead on this second lap, and Bagnaia has often had struggles when he's been behind another Ducati. Does he have the capability and the confidence to attack back on his teammate?
Quartararo once again the class of the crop for Yamaha. He's running in 7th place as Marquez and Bagnaia lean on each other as they drop down to the slipstream. Is he going to get it stopped into San Donato? There was a big head shake there. He's going to run in a little bit wide, and Marc seizes the lead back. What a fight this is! Oh, they touch as they start that climb up towards turn 2. Clear contact between Bagnaia and Marc. Are you going to race on here, Mugello folks?
Do you think Bagnaia wants this? The roar of the crowd is urging him on. Marc Marquez back up the inside now of Pecco Bagnaia. It's punch and counter punch between the Ducati teammates.
Oh, Bagnaia clips the rear tyre at Marc as they got on the power coming out of turn 5, and that's allowed Alex then to snatch second place, and Morbidelli and Acosta, Vignales getting dragged back into this real frenetic fight at the front. Bagnaia dealing.
So good to see this aggression though from Pecco Bagnaia, but he got a bit too close to Marc Marquez. There it is, and he ultimately had to check up, and Alex Marquez did a very good job there, not to just run straight into the back of the 63.
Gearbox, third gear on the exit of turn 15, and now he's in the slipstream of Alex, a 2-bike slipstream here, so he's recovered second place, and once again on the brakes into San Donato. He gets that Ducati snaking left and right. Is he going to use the element of surprise here? He is on the inside of Marc into turn 2. This is absolutely brilliant Bagnaia. This is vintage Bagnaia.
You cannot question the fighting spirit of Pecco Bagnaia. He desperately wants to win. Is Alex Marquez now going to attack his older brother to try and take second place? No, he isn't. The pace much slower in this early stage of the Grand Prix. They were doing 45s during the sprint yesterday. Of course, with the contact between the Ducati teammates.
He was close to the top 10 one stage. More yellow flags are out in sector 4. As now it's Marc in the slipstream. He's going to try and go the long way around. Is he going to get it stopped? It's Zarco, who's had a real miserable weekend here in Mugello. He's not going to get it stopped. He runs in hot with the slipstream behind Bagnaia. He's going to try and come around the outside now at turn 2. Here he goes. He is going to go around the outside at 3. Surely that's not going to work out. Bagnaia closes the door. This has been the best 5 laps so far of 2025, hasn't it? Bagnaia versus Marc. It's finally exploded.
And Bagnaia still keeping his nose in front of Marc Marquez. It was Joan Zarco who brought out the yellow flags in the final sector. A double DNF for the Frenchman.
It's been a miserable weekend for Zarco. Nothing he could do about the incident which took him out of the sprint yesterday at San Donato. That looked like it in the background.
Is there any danger if this race started to settle down? As a big Bonito, I hope it doesn't. But Bagnaia there lost the front on the way through Pacini, and that does bring Marquez alongside.
And that's his issue. That's been his headache all season long. Fast corners, no confidence in the front. He's trying to get some slipstream. Now once again, it's not the sprint yesterday. 3 Abresco, Bagnaia, Alex and Mark. This is all happening at over 360 kilometres an hour. Alex briefly does lead into San Donato, but he runs in a little bit too hot. Bagnaia back in the front. This is now Mark back in 3rd place for the first time in this Grand Prix. Alex, that's aggressive on the inside of Bagnaia. There was room there, and he took it.
You can see once again the snap on that Ducati as Bagnaia is trying to get it stopped into San Donato. He's clearly not fully confident with the front end of that Ducati, but he is still considering Marquez behind us, Alex ahead of us.
Just shows how much confidence Alex has got coming into this Italian Grand Prix weekend here in Mugello, taking the fight to both Mark and Bagnaia. It just shows what an outstanding 2025 Alex is having right now. We're on board now with Mark. He's going to go side by side with Bagnaia. They're going to tough it out, and this heavy old braking's overturned once again. 2 factory Ducatis snapping sideways as they both squeeze a handful of brake, decelerating from 360 clicks there down to just about 100 for that time San Donato.
That's the best lap of the Grand Prix that time.
Amabiata won, but there's still no way through on Morbidelli at the moment. Vinales and Morbidelli, 147 flat between the pair of them, nothing at all between the Italians found it nigh impossible to fight his way back through. So for the Italians' fans' sake, but that's not going to be the case here this afternoon. Alex, though, you have to say, just looks so good. He looks brilliant. He's really strong, isn't he, in the right-handers? We know that's his forte. That's the edge he has, certainly on Mark. This was one of several early close shaves between the 2 factory Ducati stars. Yeah, there's his wife, Pecco's wife, the picture in the white shirt, his sister Corolla in there, the team uniform. They can barely watch the screens, can they? And that was as close as we have seen it. With the big tap there. That's Keanu Reeves. That's exactly how we looked in the concourse, Keanu, don't worry.
Extraordinary action. This was Bagnaia, what losing the front. Look, there it goes. He just about saved it on his left knee, and that's what they put him behind both of the Marquez brothers on his way onto the main straight. Could have been a lot worse for Bagnaia. He is still running. You can see just behind the top 3. Vinales looks like he wants to get on with this and clear Morbidelli. If he wants to get off after the top 3, Vinales needs to act quickly.
He's got some great slipstream here. He's going to go side by side, and so does Mark in the braking zone with Alex. There's nothing that Alex can do about this because Mark's hugging the inside line. So Alex is just going to have to yield at this particular part of the race. So we're on lap 9 23. Mark then back at the front. Vinales has gone down. Maybe it was all of his own doing, but there was clearly a fight there. Yeah, I was going to say that he does have a long lap penalty. So this was, I thought we were going to get a replay of the contact with this. Look how far back Mark comes on Alex. As soon as he starts clicking on, picks up the slipstream with that clear air behind Alex. There's just nothing that Alex could do. A little bit of a shake of the head there, was it maybe from Alex into the first corner? I think he probably felt like he had the buffer there. Not so at all.
Pretty close there, as you can see though, top left of your screens, he's chipped away on this lap at this stage. Morbidelli after an incorrect execution of the first one.
It wasn't close, was it? This is the onboard from Maverick Vinales, who's going to get clattered here. Watch this blur, and Morbidelli just fanned into side of him, didn't he? I mean, that's just Frankie himself. As soon as he knew what was happening there, he'd have known he was going to be coming to the long lap penalty. You can totally understand why Maverick Vinales is frustrated, and then into the penalty loop he goes, and it wasn't close. He really botched it, didn't he, Morbidelli? I think Valentino Rossi recognises that straight away, so he's going to come back in.
He's managed to catch Alex Marquez and get onto the rear tyre of him, but yet to make a move as Alex goes in a little, so slightly hot into San Donato, but he's going to come back across our front tyre once again.
Quickest rider in top 4 was Gian Antonio. He's got some serious speed at this stage race. Once again, Bagnaia. Alex will know he's there because he'll hear him. But Alex is defending.
4 or 5 laps now as he continues to just chip away. Here's Frankie Morbidelli looking to try and recover from, I guess, technically his 2 long laps, although only one of them was served correctly. He's now back into the top 6 at the expense of Raul Fernandez.
wishing
Once he got there, this all KTM battle continues then for 8th place, and Pedro Acosta won't want to be beaten by his teammate. Of course, probably they would have both had Maverick Vinales ahead of them had he not been cleaned out by Frankie
has pushed Aldeguer into the final point scoring position, so up into P15. This was his early troubles. Lap 3 at the first corner. Oh, just look at the smoke that was pouring off his right boot there. Do you know what? He was hard in the mouth. He thought he was going to clatter into Marco Bezzecchi. Keep an eye on the live picture in the left-hand corner of your screens, because
3rd place, I'm sure, in the mindset of
room there. Well, that was beautiful by the Gian Antonio, who was going to, they can't believe it, can they? There's Pablo Nieto, who chose Salucci, of course, in terms of the battle for 2nd place. He might be able to pick up some slipstream. It's all about the drive out of the final corner. But Marc Marquez took his first ever Grand Prix victory here in Mugello back in 2010. And number 93 makes it win number 93.